Earlier, that was our exclusive interview of CGTN with Ambassador Cui Tiankai, the Chinese ambassador to the United States. Stay with us here on World Insight. Still to come on our program. China cries foul over the US Taiwan Travel Act, which promotes official exchanges with Taiwan. How far has China gone in protecting its national integrity? Also, I got some answers in an interview with Zhang Zhijun, the former director of the Taiwan Affairs Office of the State Council, right after this break. Welcome back. You're watching World Insight. I'm Tian Wei. This program coming to you Monday to Friday on CGTN. U.S. President Donald Trump signed the Taiwan Travel Act, which encourages officials of all levels to meet their counterparts, so-called, in Taiwan, and vice versa. U.S. Deputy Assistant Secretary of State Alex Wang has visited Taipei following the signing of the U.S. law. China opposed the act, saying using the island as a political bargaining chip to settle trade disputes is a great mistake, and China has zero tolerance for any attempt to undermine its sovereignty and territorial integrity. China's government work report this year not only uses the phrase peaceful development of relations across the Taiwan Strait, but also emphasizes reunification. That word. Has China, the Chinese central government, toughened its policy on Taiwan? I spoke with Zhang Zhijun, the former director of the Taiwan Affairs Office of the State Council. Let's listen in. Mr. Zhang, welcome to CGTN. In the government work report, when it comes to Taiwan issue, two things have been mentioned. One is peaceful development. That has been mentioned many times before, but this time it's also talking about reunification. What does that mean?
We certainly want peaceful development across Taiwan Strait on the 1992 consensus. It's important that we will not blur the direction that we're marching for. That is the ultimate reunification of the country. So I think that the peaceful development of the cross-strait is also a kind of a gradual process moving toward that goal.
But does that mean that China, particularly the mainland authority, is going to get much stronger, even using military force in order to achieve that goal? Many wondered.
First of all, I must emphasize the very important point of the nature of the cross-strait relations. It's a relation within one country, within China. It's not the relation between two countries, or one China, one Taiwan. And the people across Taiwan Strait are all of us same family. Yes. They are not foreigners. They are part of our family. That is why we want to try every means to work for a peaceful unification of the country. That is our sincere desire. But that does not mean that if the sovereignty and territorial integrity was threatened and the country was put in the kind of a situation that it would split because of the secessionist move by some certain forces in Taiwan, then we have to act.
Including military reaction?
Well, certainly, for that issue, you could look at the anti-secession law that was adopted in 2005.
Talking about the relations across Taiwan Straits, China recently has put forward 31 measures by 31 party and government organizations for benefits of the compatriots from Taiwan. I just wonder how this process has been. It must be quite a big project to work on. I heard it has got, Minister Zhang, a great response. Somebody even called you on the phone and say, can my kids get enrolled in mainland universities? So tell me about how it came into being. I'm sure it takes a lot of work.
Yeah, sure. It has taken some time to prepare those 31 measures. But it's the reflection of the work of my office
Yes.
and the ministries and organs of the central government and the party, that they've taken actual measures to implement the policy direction of the party, the 19th Party Congress.
Yes.
That is, we'll take the initiative to let our Taiwan compatriots share the development opportunities in the mainland, and would provide equal opportunities for the people, for our compatriots, especially the young people, to come here to study, to work, to live. So those 31 measures are the reflection of the measures, of the efforts we've taken to implement the policy direction of the party.
I see. Which one among all of them do you think it could be more significant than the others, or even the most significant?
Well, I will not identify one or because the 31 is a package. It's a package of a much larger package. Okay, it's not 31. It's not the end. No, it's the beginning. I've stated that we will continue to study the situation and also to examine the desire of the people and of the companies, enterprises that are working here from Taiwan. See what their desire are, and then we'll stipulate more, come up with more measures in that direction.
Is this about putting money to buy the hearts of Taiwan?
I don't think so. I don't think so. It's not to buy the hearts of the people. It's to show the feelings of a family, of the family compassion. So the unification that we aim for is not the unification of the country in form. That is important, certainly. It's more important, I think. It's the heart and mind of the people. So we are driving for the union of the hearts.
Beautifully said.
Okay.
But Minister Zhang, what if some other countries and parties trying to use the Taiwan issue as a bargaining chip toward China? Is China ready for the worst scenarios?
We are prepared, I think, for all kind of scenario. One China principle is the political foundation of the state-to-state relations. So if you look at the statements for the establishment of diplomatic tie between China and other countries, you will see that one China principle is there because it constitutes the fundamental political foundation of that.
You're saying if they're not following that, there's no political and diplomatic relations?
If that principle is compromised, that will certainly bring harm to the state-to-state relations. That is what I mean.
Finally, before we go, Minister Zhang, on a lighter note, you've been devoting your hearts and minds 5 years to the issue of Taiwan affairs. Of course, there are a lot of ups and downs over the years. What do you think is the biggest takeaway for you, Minister Zhang?
More confidence for the continued peaceful development of the cross-strait relations toward the goal of the reunification, because we are much more developed, stronger, with a strong leader leading our party and the country forward.